Be on the chopping block. There's only one team that's going to be eliminated, and it cannot be us.
I just want to say this sucks.
You got 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Tonight, there will be a double elimination.
These are real tears. These are real emotions.
We got to do what we got to do.
Nice.
You conquered a fear that you normally wouldn't do. That's right. A win, no matter what. That's a life win. That's bigger than this.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Plugged In, the podcast of everything RV Unplugged. And tonight we'll be going over episode 7. But before I do that, let me go ahead and do the intro. My name is Todd.
Hey, Todd.
And with me, as always, is the inevitable, exclusive, the one, the only, Tony.
Hey, everybody. Last week, we ended another cliffhanger that left everyone on the edge of their seats, and y'all were letting us know in the comments. You know, that's kind of been a touchy subject for us because some of you like it. Like 3 of you like it, and then the rest of you are just
Losers.
Showing us the love, showing us how much love you have for the cliffhangers. But trust me, tonight you're going to understand why we did that. So in less than 30 minutes, you're going to find out what happens next. If waiting week between episodes is too much, consider pausing now and watching later. Of course, you're going to miss out on all of this amazing interaction between Todd and I on the lives. But this way, the cliffhangers will be fun. Because think about it. When the season's done, there's only, 3 more weeks. When the season's done and you're watching it, you'd be able to go, oh, I can't wait to see what's next. Oh, and it's available. So that's why we're doing it. So it's one of those things. So
not only that, but it makes it for, not having a cold open every single time, that there's a resolution to a story that was brought about. And because we're only doing 45 minutes, not an hour, I mean, there's a lot there that we have to pack in, and we have to cut a lot of stuff out. So
and tonight it's going to make sense why we did that, because there was some complications in the voting, and there's so it's going to make sense. Otherwise, what do you cut out? And I kind of had a little conversation with a guy in the comments. It's like, what do you cut out then to make that ending work? Where do we cut it out? And it's hard. So there's 1,000 ways to do it. All of them are right. Just because it's not the way, I want it or you want it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just a different way. So, all right, Todd, we have a giveaway tonight because tonight we're bringing on some special guests. It's Tommy, Robert, and Rich from Super Steer. And they are actually tonight's episode sponsor. And they're going to see a lot of Super Steer tonight. So we're excited to have them on. And they're giving some stuff away.
Yeah, they are. So let me go ahead and go over the instructions for the watch and win. So you can actually find that on Facebook over in our group, which is RV Unplugged. RV Unplugged. Let me go ahead and get that out. You'll need to go ahead and have an account on Facebook. Go ahead and get signed up. And here's what's still being given away. We've got about 30 days left. Big Beard Battery, giving away a battery there. More Ride is giving away a suspension system.
Yeah, the independent suspension.
Suspension.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, this being America, it's all about independence, and why not have a suspension that is independent?
Somebody's going to have an Independence Day in less than 30 days.
That's so cool. You have the Alliance prize pack where they put a lot of goodies together. Master Applied Coating. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to create an alias, and I'm going to sign up for that because I've seen the product itself and what it can do. And then, of course, the NRVTA is giving away a fundamentals class where you can come in and visit with me.
40 hours with Todd.
Wow. Woo-hoo.
Absolutely. Now, so what Todd was saying about the giveaway tonight, we're going to post the link in our Facebook group. So that's the only way you're going to be able to get on our show. One thing that my wife told me that we need to remind them of, and I forgot to put it in our notes.
It's true. We got to do that.
Mute your TV.
Yeah. So here's the thing. A lot of you're using either a laptop or something like that, and you're broadcasting it, simulcasting it over to the TV. What we had figured out last week was there's a huge delay, right? And so when you're listening, you don't just mute the TV. You need to stop the broadcast to your TV because there was a delay.
There's a delay.
And it was such a long delay.
It's such a long delay. That's what it's like.
Yeah, I think it was worse than that because it was literally a good 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was bad, but it was funny.
Yes.
It was funny to watch.
Stop the simulcast to your TV. Look at your device, whether it's your phone or your laptop or whatnot, and you'll be able to communicate with us. Secondly,
yes, sir.
We're close.
We're closed.
Wear clothes. If
Oh,
you're going to
wear
be on the Watch and Win tonight for Super Steer, wear clothes.
Absolutely. I do want to show a couple things that I just threw on here last minute because I was going to do this for the finale rally. We're only weeks away. So if you can't make it to the rally, we do have a watch party ticket, which is going to include a meet and greet, the dinner, the watch, the not the simulcast. It's going to be on the big screen. We're going to do the pre-show and the after show on stage. And then there's going to be a champions after party. All that's $20 per person. You're not going to find a cheaper thing to do on a Wednesday night. So if you do come to the rally, we have these pins. Now, I knew you're not going to be able to see this, so this is what it looks like. That's our season 1 pin. So if you came to a season 1 finale rally, you're going to get this. All right. So we have these ready for you. But if you come to the season 2 finale rally, not only are you going to get the season 1 pin, but you're going to get the season 2 pin. And these are going to be,
those are pretty cool.
These are able to go on your lanyard. And so we're going to have it to where every finale rally you go to, you got all these cool pins. So
bragging rights.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Stephanie made these and they are super freaking cool. I love them. She may not get those back.
Speaking of super freaking cool.
Yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and bring on some guests today?
Well, we should do that since they're just hanging out in the green room. Let's go ahead and bring on Robert, Rich, and Tommy from Super Steer.
Hello.
Da, 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 da.
All right, let's try that again. Rich, Tommy, and Robert from Super Steer.
Nice.
That's much better. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. Great. Yeah.
All right. So we're not going to reveal yet the reason that you guys are on tonight. I mean, I guess people can put some stuff together, but
we have been dropping pictures of like flame retardant suits and stuff, but nobody has any idea what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know we didn't. But here's the thing. Let's go ahead and introduce our audience a little bit about Super Steer, guys. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's jump into the questions. You guys kind of help us out with this. Let's get some of our audience aware of what Super Steer is, what you guys can do for their RV. So the first question is, can you tell us a little bit about the history of Super Steer and how it became the leader in RV suspension and steering solutions?
Well, I guess since I'm the oldest one here, I better talk about that. My dad, Floyd Henderson, started the business in 1961. And it was interesting that we call our aftermarket part Super Steer because one of the things growing up when I was learning to drive, my dad would criticize me about working the steering wheel. And any kind of play in the steering really bothered me. And so it just naturally, when we started working on RVs, one of the biggest complaints was steering play. And so it was a good thing to think about. Okay, we're just going to call our name Super Steer because our first product addressed steering play on the P32 Chevrolet motorhome chassis. And we still sell hundreds, if not thousands of those things a year. That first original part we brought out. And in my book here, Living Life 1 Mile at a Time for you gearheads that like to learn more about stuff, it's called Secrets for Safer and Happier RV Driving. We talk about all the different kinds of steering conditions that there are. And I had a cousin that taught go-kart racing, and he taught some of the professional drivers how to race go-karts before they went on and became pros. And one of the things that Jerry Henderson said was, whoever steers the least wins. And I believe that's true also in recreational vehicles, because here you've got a vehicle that takes up most of the lane. And if you have steering issues, it's not any fun to drive. So that's kind of how we came up with the name. But the first product we came out with was in 1991, the Super Steer bell crank. And we are still doing a lot to solve those steering issues, as well as a lot of the other handling issues, sway, body roll, bounce, rock and roll, which whenever you have that, it shows up in the steering wheel.
And it's not what Trish said. It's not a large cattle. Super Steer is not a cattle. It's not cattle.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we do want to we want to ask a few more questions. Matt Franklin said, I missed it. What are the giveaways tonight? This is a perfect opportunity to tell us, what are you guys giving away tonight in the post show?
Yeah, so we're giving away a swag, well, not a bag, a swag box. Swag pack. Yeah.
Several swag items.
Yeah. Swag pack. I like that. Swag pack.
So
what's in the swag pack?
It's in the fanny pack.
So yeah, so I got a Super Steer T-shirt, got a hat from Roadmaster and Safety Plus, which are some of the other companies we work with, and then got
Nice.
got a tumbler from Coney, a bottle
Come
of,
on.
and then got my dad's book too, the Living Life 1 Mile at a Time. So it'll
And it's
be
going to be autographed, right?
I believe so. Yeah, come get autograph it. Yeah,
Maybe get you to autograph.
Very cool.
sure.
All right, if we say we're gonna jump back on this. I just want to catch this before it goes away. The comments fly by, and it's rare that I get to catch them. If we live in the area and plan to attend the watch party, is it okay to come early and hang out? It's actually starting at 5, so if you came early, it wouldn't. I mean, you'd be there alone. So at 5 o'clock, that's when everybody's going to be gathering in the pavilion hall. We're gonna have the meet and greet, then we're gonna have the dinner and drinks, and then we're gonna do the live pre-show, and then we're gonna watch the show, then the after show, award ceremony, after party. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah, we will be there, but there will be no, time for us to hang out because you're still,
there's a rally going on,
dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, making sure everyone's in their place and whatnot.
All right, so Super Steer, you also have a watch and win contest going on at this moment. So if you go to rvunpluggedtv.com and you go to watch and win, you'll be able to win what, Rich?
You're going to get access to a $500 gift card to our e-store. Definitely gives you an ability to buy 1 or 2 or 3 products on our e-store. So it's a great gift.
All right, and let me, and I don't want to take too much time from you, but here we go. I have a personal story here. I had a Class A diesel pusher with an F53 chassis, and when I first bought it, it was very stock and it was very squishy. When I turned, I mean, that whole thing would rock back and forth, and it was just, it was. I didn't know any difference, so I didn't know the difference between good and great. And I started getting some products to stiffen the ride and, give me a safer ride, put a Safety Plus in the front. And the difference between OEM and having the correct products is night and day. I mean, the whole steering when a truck is coming by you back and forth, that a lot of that's gone, especially with that rear thing that you guys do. And I'll let you explain what that is. It's phenomenal that just a handful of parts can take it from a horrific driving experience to where you're just kind of chilling out and getting from point A to point B. Could you tell us in your own words what the most common RV issues are that most people like me would face with the suspension and steering systems coming from the OEM factory model?
Well, I mean, yeah, steering, you said you're driving a big old box down the road, so when you get passed by a truck or hit by a gust of wind, you're gonna get pushed. It's just gonna happen. But there's a lot you can do to improve upon that. So a lot of our products do help improve your stability and resist that push pull. There's a lot you can do too. We try to educate people. Just getting your coach weighed can help a lot. Looking at what your weight ratio is, we tell everybody get a good 4-corner weigh. Look at your ratio of front axle weight to rear axle weight. And that's something that we learned going back quite a ways, right? You could have 2 coaches of the same chassis. They could drive totally different if the weights are different or you want to
well, one day a job would turn out great. The next day do the same job on a different coach, same chassis, and not so good. And we hated unmet expectations. So we had to find the common denominator of good motorhome handling. So we had to address the aerodynamic, weight ratios, and all the different suspension types and individual characteristics. And for that matter, no 2 motorhomes seem to drive alike. There's always peculiarities, and also we have a lot of respect for different people's driving characteristics and what are their preferences, what's really important to them. So our goal is to do a discovery process and then give people all their options, and based on their complaints we rate things on a scale of 1 to 10, and we show them where they're going to get the biggest bang for the bucks. Nice. And let them pick and choose as little or as much as they want to do based on how nice they want the thing to drive.
Right. We don't want to be somebody that just says, magic bullet, all you got to do is X product. Because it may not be what you really need. We just gotta, we encourage you, give us a call if you can. Make it out to our shop in Grants Pass where we can do what my dad was talking about, our road performance assessment test drive. But if you can't do that, give us a call. We'll talk to you, figure out what you got going on, and give you recommendations.
All right, so I've been taking notes. So I'll get to the next question here in just a second. So I understand he who steers the most loses. He who steers the least wins. So I'm all about not putting my hands on the steering wheel so I can win. And I take it 1 mile at a time while I'm watching something as I drive. So I got it down. Thank you guys for that.
That Tesla autopilot.
I had a question from one of the watchers here. This is heads east, tails west. What can you do for these crappy Ram chassis?
I don't know if that's exactly how they worded it, but sure.
ProMaster, how can we make this at least up to a Ford?
Do you have anything for trucks like that?
It's not a truck. It's a van. Well,
you know what I mean.
Exactly. It's not a truck. Thank you.
Yeah, well, so you can do the Coney struts, rear shocks on them. We got a bigger Roadmaster rear sway bar, so you can take care of a lot of the rock and roll. Not as much for the steering on those because it's a rack and pinion. Usually rack and pinion steering is not too bad, but pretty precise. Yeah.
You know what's funny about Tommy? You can just mention a model number, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's got this,
Boom,
this,
boom,
and
boom,
this," and you know,
Thank you, Rain Man.
yeah,
He runs the family.
He's a walking encyclopedia of RV data, him and his father.
Sally saved from sin. Hallelujah. Double elimination this evening.
Well, if you're safe,
We're not going to say that right now, but thank you for playing. All right, Todd, what do we got here? How can an RV owner determine if they need these specific upgrades? Because, you know, going back to my situation, I didn't know what I didn't know. So I just assumed that this was as good as it's going to get until somebody mentioned, you know, hey, you ever thought about upgrading your sway bar? And I'm like, why?
I can add to that. When I 7
I
years,
didn't even finish that.
sorry.
That's all right.
He's
but
going to add to it.
go
He's
ahead.
going to add to the question.
Go ahead and add to it.
Well, I was just going to say, I came to this company about 7 years ago, and I never drove an RV, right? And so I didn't know what I was getting into. And I like what Robert always says, he makes the invisible visible. And so instead of selling parts, we solve problems. And so the question really boils down to is, how well do you want it to handle? I mean, if it handles a 3 out of 10, do you want it to be a 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, all the way to 10? And some people just assume, like me, this is just the way they drive. And I didn't know there was a solution until I came to these guys. And so it's very fascinating. We go to rallies all over the country, and it's really fascinating to talk to different people. Some people just assume that's the way it is, and they don't know there's a solution. So at the end of the day, if you're sick of white knuckle driving and you possibly could make this better, then that's the beginning of exploring, like Robert said, those options to make it safer and happier driving.
I would encourage anybody with a motorized to reach out to them just to at least find out what's available, because if you don't know what you don't know what you're missing. And you know, we met at an FMCA rally, Rich and I, and you know, just hit it off. And honestly, the reason that we definitely wanted these people on the show is because the product that they have actually makes a difference. You know, we're not trying to just sell a bunch of snake oil here and there. We want people to have, you know, a really cool feeling after they've spent money. And you're gonna hear some testimonies and stuff tonight. I got to be careful not giving anything away, but it's pretty phenomenal experiencing it myself, the difference after you've done these upgrades, just how great it is to drive your RV.
Yeah. So if you ever just wanted more, go to the other pasture. It's always greener.
Yeah. Mike says, when's the latest you can order a finale rally ticket? Probably the day before. We'll probably turn it off the day before it starts.
Yeah. So there we
then,
go. Speaking
Kevin,
of, you guys go to rallies all over the United States. Well, we see you at the rally for RV Unplugged. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
I'm on the spot.
the connection's frozen.
You're asking us. Oh.
The internet's not very good right here.
You know, as sponsors, you guys actually get the ability to be here.
Really on the spot.
Don't we get a VIP ticket and all that?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
think there was 2.
Rob was supposed to tell you all that, but he also told you, you know, something else today. So, all right, Mama's on the Move loves cliffhangers. Todd, what's another good question for them?
Well, let's go ahead and look over here. So we understand, and just for people that, here's a setup question. A lot of these products are DIY or near DIY, but here's the question is, are there any common pitfalls to avoid during installation?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Keep handling fix.
Well,
that's a pitfall. Don't get sucked into that one.
Don't be a man and try and put it on, and then once you can't do it, look at the instructions. Read the instructions first.
Yeah.
Is there something that is pretty common that you guys get a lot of calls about that once you explain it, they're like, oh my goodness?
I would say one of the things is for somebody doing this job for the first time, ask us, what's the worst thing I could do putting this thing on? What's the biggest screw up that I could do? And then also, what's the most likely thing that I would screw up putting this on? And
well, isn't that what I'm asking?
So those are what that's always a good question, because there's usually one or two things that people are going to mess up on, and it's a good idea to find out what those are ahead of time.
Yeah,
since there's so many parts. This is really cool that you guys offer that ability for people to call in and get that advice. I know of a battery company that does the same thing, and man, oh man, the difference in quality in the customer service. And if I had a motor coach, first place I'd take it, Super Steer.
Well, everybody, I want to show one. Actually, I didn't get to show this last time when we talked about it. Here is the swag bag. Now, it doesn't have the book shown here, but the book is actually in Robert's hand right there. So it couldn't be in the picture and in his hand at the same time.
And it's autographed.
And it's going to be autographed with a little, thank you so much for being awesome letter. So guys, thank you so much for being on. We got to run and finish the rest of this whole thing, but I wanted to give you guys one little chance to, you got 243 people on here live. What do you want to tell them?
Well, I would like to say, if you think you have a problem, you probably do have a problem, because you may have went to the dealer and they said they all drive that way, or you're the first person to ever complain about it. So if you think you have a problem, talk about it. Let's talk. See, maybe we can help you out and eliminate that if it is a problem, because most of the time it is a problem if you think you have one.
And where do we find you?
So supersteerparts.com is our website. You can call.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, I'm so excited about tonight's commercial.
Yeah.
That's a little cliffhanger for everybody watching. And tonight, their commercial is freaking awesome.
It's pretty good.
Supersteerparts.com. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy campers. Supersteerparts.com. You can call us. I don't know if I should, verbally giving a phone number is very helpful, but I mean, it's on our website.
It's recorded.
Yeah, we got supersteerparts.com. That's supersteerparts.com. That is supersteerparts.com.
Yeah.
Supersteer.com parts.
No, Tony.
Giving it away.
It can't be duplicated, I'll tell you that.
Oh my goodness. I was in tears putting that together.
I'm glad you guys allowed us.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much. We have Rich on the left, Robert in the middle, Tommy on the right. Thank you so much for being on here. We are, 6 minutes away from episode 7. And thank you again. We'll see you guys later.
All right. Thank you.
So on the watch and win, let's just cover a couple things real quick before we jump off here and head over to the live on YouTube. We have watch and wins that we just announced last week, which is 2 XP 3.0 electric bikes. We have the $500 gift card from Super Steer, the folks you just saw. Jayco is giving away another gift pack, which that has a lot of cool stuff.
Which is inside an RV that they're giving away.
Is that really? Free onboard or portable generator from RVMP. Now, I've looked at our contest, and a lot of people have already hit that one up, but surprisingly not as much as I thought they would. So listen, if you need a generator, either inboard, like the front of your fifth wheel, or a portable one, go sign up, because they're going to actually install it in your fifth wheel, or I guess if you have a portable one, you just take it. But anyways, that's huge.
If they're install it.
Yeah.
It's portable.
Here you go.
No, and those are actually cool. They're dual fuel. They have that option, the dual fuel option. There's a lot of cool things about those things. And I can tell you, even as a proponent of doing solar, the best solar system still has a backup, which is a generator.
I have seen on the thread here so many people talking about double elimination, triple elimination. You're going home and you're going home.
We got too many daggum people on the show.
Well, there's only a few more episodes left, so we got to get them out of here.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens, right?
That's right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the after show. Here we're going to turn this over in about 5 minutes over to, of course, RV Unplugged, so you can watch that. You will have to be redirected over to that manually.
Redirected manually.
You'll have
you're
to
have to go click on it
manually. It's correct. Well, I'm just reading the instructions, the instruction manual. And then, of course, the after show. And I will tell you want to be there because you're going to see some great stuff tonight, and you'll want to talk about it. You want to hear from those involved. And I think we're bringing back the cast tonight. And so it'll be a wonderful episode. We'll see you after the show, but we got about 4 minutes.
Yep. So
counting down.
Here's what we need you to do.
Episode 7.
Here's what we need you to do. All right. We're trying to build this together. There's 260 people on here right now between YouTube and Facebook. Just send some text to your friends. Say, hey, there's this new show. Check it out. Share this live. Share a link to episode 7. Help us out and share this because we are spending all the money that we raised to advertise
all the money
this,
that we have.
but there's millions of people out there, and it would be really expensive to try to reach them all. So we got to try to do that organically within this community that we're trying to build. And think of it like this, we put this whole thing together because we love this community. We want to give back and have some entertainment, but we also went a step further. We got $70,000+ worth of stuff from the OEMs to give back to you. Now we can't just pick somebody. So there's contests and you got to enter to win, but hey, it's still there. So we're trying to do our part to help you out. We appreciate any help you guys can do for us. Be sure to like and subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff that famous
smash it.
Yeah, famous YouTubers say, because it really does work. And then also leave comments except for anything about cliffhangers.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate that.
It is what it is.
All right. So Rebecca says, so ready for the episode to start having terrible storms and high. Okay. Well, that just took a left turn.
That came out of nowhere.
I thought she was talking about the episode, but I'm so ready for the episode 2 and clear skies in about 96.
We hope that your internet connection works really well during these storms, because that's the most important thing.
So is there like bad storms up north? In the comments, let us know. Is there something going on right now that we don't know about? Did Burl keep going? 2 Keto said tap the like button gently. We don't want to break it. Always wise.
I guess it works for them.
I don't see anybody saying that there's storms. Maybe it's already really bad. But hey, if there are storms, we hope that you guys are okay. Just make sure if it is very stormy, get in there, get the live going, and then put your phone down and then watch the weather. Just keep the live going on your phone. We need the analytics.
There we go. Mike DeMauro did tell us, hey, it's near New England.
Oh, wow. So I wonder if that was Burl that just kept going.
Yeah, be a low pressure storm up there. Sure. Yeah,
Burl is in New York. Brenda just said. Thank you, guys. Wow. So it is Burl. That's crazy. It came by us. The eye was probably
east of us,
near like a little past Tyler, and it was like just our normal storms was way worse than that, but it just rained all day. So I can't imagine.
It was just out of time. I mean, here it is, middle of the summer. And we got 80 degrees. We had rain for hours.
I feel like we're real news. All right, and for sports,
let's go ahead.
Where's Rob?
And for our political insight tonight, it's 2024. There we go.
We don't want to talk politics at all. Yeah, needed rain everywhere.
Hey, look, it's 6:59. It is almost time to start. We better turn this over real quick.
Hey, everybody, thank you so much. We love you guys. We will see you on the live chat. Take care.
I'll see you then.